Have you ever saw or ran into the term buffalo or office hump or text neck? In this video we'll explore the connection between the posture and the pain. Let's start by examining the facts, beginning with the children and then moving to the adults. Children nowadays use their mobile phone for an average 4.5 hours per day at best, or at the worst case up to 16 hours per day, and they check their phones quite frequently, from 2 times to 489 times per day. If they receive 237 notifications, and in some cases up to even 4,500, it's quite cacophony. This is a quite interesting topic, and I had to go through few articles to get better understanding whether this text neck phenomenon is real and what factors contribute to the development of the neck pain. And if you feel that proper buffalo hump has formed into the area of the chest and lower cervical spine, don't worry, at the end of the video you'll find strategies how to tackle these issues. Let's start with the anatomy and then move to the relationship between the pain and the posture. The cervical spine consists 7 vertebrae, and between the structures of the vertebrae you can find intervertebral discs, which serves as a shock absorber. The lower nerve roots of the cervical spine controls the muscles of the arm, and if there are symptoms related to peripheral nerve issues, typical symptoms may include tingling, numbness, prickling, or electric shock-like sensations. Below the cervical spine there is a thoracic spine consisting 12 pairs of the vertebrae from which the ribs originate. This area, the transaction between the neck and thoracic spine, poses a challenge. It requires good mobility. However, we will going to return to this topic later in the video. When we consider good upright posture, our head mass, approximately 8.2% of the body mass, is aligned along the straight central line. If the mobile phone usage causes the head to tilt forward, one could assume that there is a significant mechanical stress on the vertebrae, ligaments and the muscles. This has led to biomechanical hypothesis. Is the neck posture during reading and texting with the mobile phone related to population level health challenges, specifically those related to text neck or social media neck? Gustafsson and the colleagues investigated the relationship between the neck posture and neck pain in a longitudinal study. In this study included 56 Swedish adults aged 19 to 25, with 51 of them having musculoskeletal issues. 15 participants had no symptoms. The study did not find any evidence of the connection between the posture and the pain. Another interesting study from 2021 from Korea and colleagues explored association between the neck pain and the posture in adults. The study involved 582 participants aged 18 to 65. Neck pain prevalence and its association to mobile phone usage were assessed through surveys, and cervical spine posture was measured while participants were using mobile phones in sitting or standing positions. However, this study did not establish cause and effect relationship between the mobile phone usage, posture and the pain. So what could explain neck pain? Sab and colleagues in 2022 article pondered that the risk factors include psychosocial factors such as stress, lack of support, depression and anxiety. But how does leisure activities and non-specific, so meaning unexplainable, neck pain fit into the picture? In 2022, Luke and his colleagues conducted literature review involving a total of 20,350 individuals. Through this study, intensity and the frequency of the neck pain can be attributed to leisure time activities. Physically active individuals suffer from unexplainable neck pain was less frequent and lesser extent. This article mentioned typically people experiencing pain were overweight or obese. So it's advisable to maintain daily activity, take care of the lifestyle factors to avoid lifestyle-related diseases. And in doing so, one should be able to bid the farewell to neck pain quite effectively. If you have made so far to this video, big thanks to you. Indeed, there is a transaction area between the upper thoracic spine and the lower cervical spine. If you start experiencing hunchback or neck hump or something similar, the challenge is that in area that it lacks movement. And by increasing the movement, you can also enhance local metabolism. In these final exercises, the focus is especially on the extension movement. but at the end of the video you'll find my general recommendation for thoracic spine mobility exercises. Let's now take a look at a few movements to get the metabolism flowing in the transaction area and maintain good mobility. Mobilization with a towel. Create the roll, the length of the spine, and you can adjust the thickness to regulate the effectiveness of this exercise. Start with the roll about thickness of a fist and adjust the thickness as needed afterwards. Place the roll under the upper part of the thoracic spine, leaving the cervical spine free. Keep your legs bent during the exercise. Initially, breathe calmly with deep inhalation and exhalations. If you feel pain in the chest area, reduce the thickness of the roll. If you cannot keep your neck relaxed position, fold the small stack of the hand towel and place it under the head. Afterwards, cross your hands behind the neck, pull the cervical spine backwards and perform proper double chin tuck. Try to keep your chin down through the entire movement. Then gently pull your head straight away from the pelvis using your hands. Mobilization in bed. Grab some compelling reading material and toss your used towel roll onto the edge of the bed. Then place the book top of the towel to create firm base. Ensure that the edge of the book is below the rigid structure so that the extension movement targets the stable thoracic spine area. With your hands supporting your neck crossed at the neck, start opening the chest in extension with assistance of the gravity. Adjust the height relative to the book if it feels like stiff structure is not below the edge of the book. Bump gently after that. If you want to intensify the movement in the same position, start pulling the cervical spine towards the floor and simultaneously turn the elbows towards the floor. Perform pumping movement at this point. Repeat these movements in the stable area, and if you feel cracking of the thoracic spine, it's normal. Shoulder pull with the towel. Start in prone position. Grab the towel with the grip wider than your shoulders and try to keep it tight. Elevate the chest a bit and maintain your nose pointing directly to the ground. Begin pumping the towel roll far back behind the neck, aiming to keep the forearms at the horizontal level, as far as from the floor as possible. Perform repetitions until you start feeling burn in your shoulders and then take a short break. Same routine with the dumbbells. So lie on your stomach, dumbbells or water bottles in your hand. Forearms are at the horizontal level and start pumping the shoulder blades down, keeping the arms as high as possible. And extend the arms above the head. Perform repetitions until you start feeling the fatigue accumulating between the shoulder blades. 9 to 3 elevations. Drop something nice and small to the floor. Blocks or even water bottles should be placed at the 9 and 3 o'clock positions. After that, place platforms according to your preference that you need to be crossed. Upper body lightly in the air, thumbs pointing towards the ceiling. As you lift the arms, pull the shoulder blades back together. In the easier version, you lower the upper body to ground between the platforms. For the more challenging version, keep the upper body constantly lifted and use the arms between the obstacles. You can do this set with the hand weights or with the water bottles. Back pockets. Lie on your stomach with hands behind your head. Lift the upper body and start bringing your hands sideways towards the back pockets. Touch them and then return the movement to back up. If you wish, you can lower the upper body to the surface between the repetitions. Try to keep your elbow as far from the surface as possible and the forearms move as horizontally as possible. Swims with switching hands. Lie on your stomach and start one hand at the buttock and other hand behind the head. Lift the elbows far from the surface. Keep your upper body in the air and begin switching the hands position. Aim to keep the elbow as high as possible through the entire movement. T-lifts. Lie down on your stomach and use small dumbbells. Lift the upper body slightly, keeping the chin down. Your knuckles should be pointing downwards, so you perform the lift with the big thumb facing upwards. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your arms as high as you can. Go through all of these sets and pick up the exercise what best suits your needs. After that, find incredibly awesome song, preferably 3 to 4 minutes long. Start with your favorite mobilization exercise, followed by 2 or 3 strengthening exercises and challenge the space between your shoulder blades and the neck. If you're looking for more exercises, for example with the resistance band, there is now a recommended resistance band video workout at the screen, and below you'll find my playlist to health. Thank you for your time.